What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video today. And today we are covering the quarterfinals of the Euros and giving our predictions and thoughts of who we think is going to win and advance. We did this for the Copa America as well. So if you guys, once you're done watching this and you want to see what we think of the Copa America, go over to check out that video. And we're going to be doing these for every single knockout round for both tournaments. And then at the end, we're going to do recaps of what we thought go through each team and group or however, and give our opinions. But anyways, let's get into it. So, Adam, I'm going to bounce it over to you first. Let's save the good side for last. Let's start off with Netherlands Turkey. What do you think of this matchup, and who do you got?
Well, this is an interesting one. Very interesting one. You had to throw me for a loop and start me with the one that I'm probably the least certain about. Um, Netherlands did not
These
look
are all
great.
good matchups.
Yeah, Netherlands did not look great in my opinion. Their one win coming against a poor Poland, and they didn't even look that good against Poland. Poland showed up in that game, and they had to fight and get an 80 plus minute winner from Weghorst to get through that one. Um, they lose to Austria. They draw France with no goals. Netherlands is not looking that strong, honestly. And Turkey, on the other hand, they beat Georgia, and their only loss coming to Portugal. They didn't look so good then, but then again, there were some good matches from the Portuguese there, some good games from their individuals. This really could go either way, and on paper, Netherlands have to be the favorites, but I'm going with Turkey on this one. Their fans show up, and they always really give it full effort for Euros. They tend to be a sneaky team in the Euros, so I'm gonna go with Turkey.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to agree with you. I think Turkey's actually going to pull off the upset here. Netherlands has just not impressed me at all. I thought the France game was a absolute snooze fest. Like you said, they beat Poland, but they didn't even look that great there. This Romania game, towards the end, they started to really click and put it together. But it feels like their attackers, they can't, like between Memphis Depay and Xavi Simmons and Dumfries. It just feels like they can't be clinical enough. It feels, and they seem susceptible to me. They have been really good defensively. Obviously, when you have a stout like Virgil van Dijk back there, it makes you feel, one of the best defenders in the world. But man, Turkey, there's a certain passion behind them right now. They're running on high confidence. They beat a really good Austria team that I think not enough people were talking about. This Austria team and Turkey were my two kind of like potential dark horses there, especially Austria. I was leaning more towards Austria because man, they have a really good squad and be able to do what they did and pretty much hold the line at the end of the game because whew, I don't know if you saw that game, but it came down to that final save, and that was an
Yeah, it was crazy.
incredible save by the Turkish goalkeeper. So I think the run's going to continue. I really think they're riding high. This is a team in Turkey that I know for many people they feel that they underperform at the international level, even because their league is of a higher quality and a really good league. But I think they actually get it done, man. I think Netherlands is starting to try to figure out this next generation of what was 10 years ago. So yeah, I'm going Turkey here, man. All right, let's go to the next one. England versus Switzerland, the reverse flags. Let us know, Adam. What do you think?
England have been abysmal in this tournament. Absolutely abysmal. They get saved by one Jude Bellingham goal against a bad Serbian team. They draw a Danish team and then draw a Slovenian team with no goals. And then they barely squeak out of their freaking knockout game against Slovakia. I mean, if you watch the game, you understand. Southgate is such a fucking awful coach, and they're he's wasting a lot of talent on that squad. And Switzerland is a good team, and they proved that against Italy, because Italy, yes, they're not as strong as they were when they won the Euros, but they're a strong team. They always have strong players with experience, and they lost. They lost to a better Swiss team and a team that performed better. England, they're gonna have to change everything, and I don't think they are capable of doing that with Gareth Southgate at the helm. So I think Switzerland moves on.
Yeah, man. I think we agree with the upset together. England has looked absolutely atrocious. They can't score, they can't create. It took Jude Bellingham to finally get out of the slump and look like Real Madrid, Jude Bellingham scoring last minute to actually win the game. But man, between all the issues with Foden leaving the team for personal issues and then Jude really not stepping up, Harry Kane can't really, I guess, really get anything towards up for him. It feels like the midfield has just been so underperforming. Saka just really not showing up. Cole Palmer, it looks like he's probably going to get some more minutes and get the start against Switzerland. But you know what, man? This Swiss team has some dogs in them. This Swiss team, they're prepared. They're not the
I
most
mean, look at
talented
Chaka.
team.
Chaka's very he's such a tough MFer in the midfield. I mean,
I
he's a
mean,
guy
dude,
like he'll play to the last whistle.
they drew Germany, and Germany's been hot.
Yeah, yeah.
Germany's been super hot this tournament at home, and I think Switzerland has looked immensely more impressive. Like I said, getting a draw against Germany, beating Italy in a knockout stage. Well, yes, this is probably one of the most down Italy teams I've seen in a very long time. And then getting a result against a really strong Hungary team. Like Hungary was one of those teams where you could potentially see them advancing. I like Swiss, man. I think they're going to upset England, even though England should have been better this tournament. They were legitimate competitors in this team. Everybody was matured and farther along in their career than they were in the 2020 Euros, and it seems like they just can't get it done. And people defend Southgate. I don't know why, but yeah, man. I'm going the Swiss here. I think it's going to be a pretty crazy semifinals. You have one side that is complete underdogs, and then you have the powerhouses on the other side. And let's
Yeah.
move over to that side. Stop at the top left. Spain versus Germany. Adam, what are you thinking here?
This is the match of the tournament, at least up until now on paper. This is going to be quite an interesting match. You have a very hot German team at home against the hottest team in the tournament, a 3-0 Spain team that looked pretty much in control of any game that they were in. Handily took
They
down
retired
a
Modric.
yeah, honestly. I mean, that's worth saying. So this really could go either way because Germany is a machine, and at home, that's gonna be really, really, really tough to beat. I think this is the kind of game where form goes out the window. I think if you're going on form and performance in this, you'd have to pick Spain. But I think, there's just something about this matchup. I don't think it's going to matter. I think it's going to matter who shows up on the day. So I'm going to slightly lean Germany, but this could go either way. This really could.
All right. I guess this is here where we're going to differ. I'm going to go Spain all the way here. I feel Spain has been the best team in the entire tournament. Every single game at every single level, they've looked amazing. I mean, the depth that they have, the starting 11, everybody's playing really well. The youth, Nico Williams has been a baller. Lamine Yamal's looked good. Morata's been a little quiet, but he's been quiet since the second half of the La Liga season at Atletico. But Rodri scoring that absolute fucking tight window against Georgia, which shout out to Georgia for even making it to a knockout round and getting out of the group stage. What a run. And giving Spain some hell, honestly. And then Germany, man, there's moments while Germany looks great, there's moments where I have concern. And one of my biggest things that a lot of people know me for is I always say Sane, I think, is a tad overrated. I think he has really not lived up to what he has been in the past, his past couple years. And versus, I feel like in Spain's case, everybody on every single player and off the bench has been just playing so well and so hot. But like you said, you do have that home field advantage. So Germany does have that in their pocket. But I think Spain's going to get it done. I think this is their Euros to win, in my opinion, which I did not think coming into this tournament. But my mind has changed since going through the group stage and now this round of 16. But, anyways, let's move to the final game of the quarterfinals. We have Portugal versus France. Adam, why don't you hit us with what you think on this game?
This is an interesting one because I think you would agree going into this tournament, these were two teams that were in the conversation for they could win it. And these are two teams that have not really impressed me. France, especially. I mean, Jesus Christ. Some of their games have been pulling teeth. Portugal, on the other hand, I mean, Ronaldo's a detriment to them at this point. They need their
Oh, get
players
ready for
like
the
Bernardo.
comments.
I don't give a fuck. See, I really don't. You also want to mention in the comments that he's what 1 for 61 on free kicks in World Cup and Euros.
International games in total, right?
Well, that's just World Cup and Euros. I
Oh, it
know that
was?
first.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
1 for 61. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, and he's taking free kicks from the side of the field when you should be in swinging it. It's just ridiculous against a good goalie in Oblak, and then they have to squeak out in penalties. So these are two teams that are both very disappointing, and I don't think either one is going to move further than after this round. Um, but I think France is a better team, and they're gonna pick it up.
Um, yeah, I think, like you said, both teams have just been so disappointing. I don't know who's been more disappointing. I guess France, but Portugal had a much easier group and they just looked like a team of a bunch of individuals. At least France, in a way, they still kind of seem and play like a team together. But man, like it seems like with Portugal, and I put a lot of this on Roberto Martinez. This guy, he does not know how to manage stars. And clearly we saw that with Belgium over the past few years before took the Portugal job. The- I can't imagine this guy getting another high profile international job after this because he doesn't know how to tactically, I think, set up players. It's just not been well. I think a guy like Rafa Leao, he has him playing so far out wide on the touchline as a right-footed left winger versus and instead of having him cut in like he does with Milan and multitude of other reasons. And like you said, I look, man, I see people defending Ronaldo left and right, but like, dude, the guy is holding the team back. Yes, is there anybody better you can really throw in there? Because you do have Gonzalo Ramos, who has not looked very good, not really getting starting minutes at PSG. But it's more so like the this is like the word trending on soccer Twitter is the aura. I think just having a guy and a personality like Ronaldo on there, if these players seem scared to like go out there and you know like play with some balls. And it seems like with him in there, it seems scared to like kind of step on people's toes or step on Ronaldo's toes. And I think it's the mental aspect of having him in there sets that team back, not only the performance on the field, but that too. But as it comes to this game in the two, I'm going to go France here. I think France overall, in my opinion, have just looked better. They're going to be the more talented team from top to bottom and they're playing more as a team versus Portugal just seems like a bunch of talented individuals who can't really piece it together and can't really score. Like honestly, like they've really struggled to score against relatively weak opposition. So, yeah, I'm going France here. But yeah, that is our quarterfinals predictions. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. If you think we're stupid, if you agree with us, so on and so forth. I'm sure this is going to be a little bit controversial. We're going to get some people that are saying that we don't know what we're talking about. But you know what? I've been pretty spot on for the most part um, in our group chats. So yeah, but like I said, if you guys want to check out our Copa America quarterfinal predictions, go check that out. And if you want to see our other knockout round predictions, go follow us and subscribe to the channel. Like this one, you know what to do. Ring the notification bell, and you can see everything we have to do. And then at the end of the tournament, we're going to do full length recaps for each tournament, giving their own specific full length podcast episode. So yeah, I want to thank you guys once again for making it to the end, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody.